leaving Copacabana. I mean, we are in Copacabana. We are this morning going to the Isla del Sol, Isla de la Luna. We actually rented an entire boat just for us to go because the itinerary we want to do is a little special. Usually the travel agencies, they just go to the island of the sun, and I really had this itinerary in my mind that I wanted to do. I want to go to the Temple of the Virgins in the Isla de la Luna, and then the Temple of the Sun, right? But we've done many tours, and they're amazing because you get to see a lot of stuff, but you don't really have time to walk around and, you know, connect, because the guide is, you know, is on a schedule and we have many things to do and there is a group. So today, especially considering we came all the way to Bolivia for that, I really wanted to have time to just the boat drop us off, go walk around, do our things. Thank you, baby. And then to the other island. So good morning, I hope you all are doing great. There is so much happening at the same time. It's hot already. There is the Time to Thrive challenge with Dean Graziosi, Tony Robbins, Russell Brunson, a special guest as well, I think Jenna Kutcher, Matthew McConaughey from Interstellar. I mean, this is gonna be amazing. There is also the 5 days out of time with Matthias De Stefano from Gaia TV, the show Initiation, and the Yosoi Path. So this is actually the Yosoi Path, what we're following right now, and the Path of the Dragon. It's crazy the amount of synchronicities that we found along the journey, and I mean, just the simple proofs that everything is connected, that we're constantly remote viewing and we're in all the timelines at the same time. What is it? Oh, these are awesome.
Look, a pilot of a boat.
It's a pilot of a boat. Awesome. Okay, what? The pilot, the captain, is to go all the way to his boat. You need to find the labyrinth. So Esteban loves doing labyrinths, and it's crazy. Like, for example, we're going to Amontani and I have my Super Mario shirt, and the colors, we get to the island and there is a panel and it's like exactly the colors of the shirt. Or always signs like this everywhere we're going. So I have so much to tell you, actually, probably all the way to the island. Yeah, because so we're not exactly following the days of the Yosoi Path, because
I see the islands already.
yeah, they're not too far, baby. They're right here. Actually, I'm gonna show you guys where we are right now. You see?
And so
A little view.
So do my fruits.
Yeah, we get some fruits.
Eating one man. Wow.
We are all set. We are all set. We have our captain here. I will introduce you to our awesome captain in a little bit. Yeah, this is really, really cool. Here, I'm trying to get up Yes. Because we have to be back in Cusco on the 6th to go to Machu Picchu, so we get the last 2 tickets in our time frame, because at the time when we used to go to Machu Picchu we could just go and get in and pay there at the entrance. So I came here, I didn't book for anything, and I realized that we had to book at least a month in advance, and we got lucky to have exactly the entrance to Machu Picchu for the 8/8, the Lion's Gate, so it's perfect alignment. And I didn't want to take the chance to be stuck in Bolivia. Actually yesterday there was a lady who was stuck at the border, and the bus left with all her stuff just like us. The bus left because I'm American and I didn't have a visa, and for the French it's easy, they just get in and they stamp their passport, but for American I had to pay $300 to come to the border, but at least they let us in, you know. She got denied and she had to go back to Puno and to the embassy. The bus left with her stuff, she had her flight this morning, so I didn't want to chance something like this. So I wanted to be back in Peru tomorrow, and there's not even a bus to go back, so we're gonna have to do this adventure style, because we're gonna be back at Puno in 3 o'clock. But you know what, it's been great for Esteban for this adaptability. It hasn't been an easy trip, not easy, because for Esteban it was really hard to walk, be up every day, doing activities every day, you know, but that's what I wanted as well. I wanted him to see something different, different houses, different lifestyles. Dolphins.
Maybe we'll see a dolphin.
I don't think there's dolphins on the lake, babe, because they're usually on rivers or oceans or sea. But we may see mermaids though. So yeah, difficult but educational, so that I wanted him to see that, and he's doing better and better every day. Really, I'm impressed, even though it's really tough because of course there's tantrums every day, but he's tired, we're exhausted. So
Mama, draw the dolphin.
draw it, baby. Oh wow, you're so good. Okay, do 3-4 pages and then we're gonna show the camera everything that you've been doing. So yeah, so that's why we decided to be a little ahead of time and come to be back tomorrow in Peru. So in case you want to travel to Bolivia and you're American, look up before what you need. You need some bank account extract, address, plane ticket on your name. I mean, quite a bit of papers. That was kind of struggle. Then this tour, it actually costs me $80 to rent this entire boat for the day with the captain and do our own itinerary. So you see, it's really affordable. For $80 to do this, I came all the way around the world. I mean, it's not just $80, of course, it's all the journey to get here, you know. It's been something. But yeah, we're finally here. So what can I start? Yesterday, so why the island of the Virgins? And of course, as you know, that I got divorced a year ago, and so it's really like a new start for me, being coming here and reconnecting with the energies of Pachamama. When I met my husband Daniel, it was 12 years ago in Peru with the energy of the Pachamama. And so it's been a complete cycle of 11 years, and getting a divorce at these exact dates and coming back here 11 years after when I left Peru. That was really for me a new beginning, like a rebirth. And so exactly like the Yosoi path, right, that we're doing right now, and the rebirth. Of course, I've felt like I've died and got reborn many times in these past 3 years, but well, I'm also going to deliver some crystals. I will do another video from there. And so since I'm traveling with Esteban, I'm also very connected to the energy of Mary and Christ, which is funny because I've never been Christian or Catholic religious in any way, because I believe that there is one God, there is one energy that connects everybody, and you can call it the ether or God, the universe, the spirit. It has so many names, but it's this connection that we all have with ourselves, and then that scientifically also connects us all together. You know, I always say that an electron is connected to all the electrons in the universe. This made research by the Resonance Science Foundation. So these things. And it's not so much that some people align more to these synchronicities than others. It's more that you pay attention more, you become more aware of it, you see what you're looking for pretty much, you know, and what you're ready to see. So I kept seeing this Virgin Mary and the Jesus, right? So we came here. I didn't even know there was the Virgin of Copacabana, but when I went to book the tour, they told me, oh, if you're going to Copacabana, you gotta say that you're going to see the Virgin. I was like, okay, I'll go. You know, so they let you in at the border, the religious aspect, and this is something that I've always been interested in. Yes, what is it, baby?
Look, ahoy!
Ahoy, matey! Yay! So it's something I've always been interested in. How the natives, right, from South America, who were animists and were so much into this Pachamama, in these universal symbols, the gateways of the universe and stuff like that, they were evangelized by the colons, the conquistadores, right? So in all the churches, you can see they put mermaids, a sun, shells, stars, all the symbols that the natives were familiar with, to make them become familiar with the new doctrine that they were teaching them. And this is then how then they pretty much got their spirit, right, and could introduce the new laws and policy, and then take, you know, impose taxes and take even the gold. Like when we went to the church yesterday, that was crazy, because the few churches that we see even in the middle of the Andes.
Remember when I had my ice cream and I was sleeping?
Oh my God,
and
yes.
I felt it.
I need to say this story. Come here. So we go to the church and there's like gold everywhere. Was it beautiful in the church yesterday?
Yeah.
So it's giant. There's like gold and silver everywhere. And Esteban was eating an ice cream, and so we get into the church. We start looking around, and it was the crazy alignment, because he didn't want to come into the church. He was waiting for me outside, and I was story. But then before we left, we were about to leave, then I said, hold on, Esteban, I still want you to come see that. You know, it's beautiful. This is where people come to worship God. And what is God? Is this faith? Yeah, hold on, I'm getting to it. Is this faith that everybody's looking for, faith and miracles and hope, you know, and that someone, a higher power, is going to give it to them and grant it to them, you know. So I bring him in the church. He starts looking, he's like, wow, and he goes and he sits down on the front row to eat his ice cream. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna sit down next to him. You know, he's tired. We've been waking up at 5 in the morning to take the bus. He sits down, and just at that moment they start the service. Okay, the lady comes, one of the sisters, right? She starts filming, so they probably have a Facebook Live, because I think she was doing a Facebook Live. If you look the Virgin of Copacabana on Facebook, or the Sanctuary of Virgin of Copacabana or something like that, I'm pretty sure they have a page, and you can see this. Esteban, if you listen, you will see what I am telling the story. Okay? So you can see it on Facebook from August 1st, 2022, Facebook Live, and just we get there and they start the service. And so the priest come and he starts reading the service, and he starts reading those prayers, so starting with setting the intention and singing the songs. And so we were like this, and Esteban fell asleep on my laps in the church while everybody was singing, and he fell asleep with his ice cream, right? He was eating his ice cream, he fell asleep with his ice cream. That was so funny.
And then I just dropped it on the floor.
Yeah, then I didn't realize he dropped it on the floor. There was just a little bit left. Fell asleep, he woke up, he had chocolate all over his face.
What?
That was funny.
I had chocolate all over my face.
Yes. Okay, go finish your this right here. So then we can show the labyrinth.
No, I already did 5 or 6.
Okay, keep going, babe. Keep going. So that was crazy. That was really crazy, because
That's so pretty.
the priest was reading his Bible, right? Or I don't know if it was the Bible itself or if it was the prayers and the intention of the songs. But everybody knew it, and he was kind of looking at me because we were on the first row. I was wearing white, my white jacket with Esteban in my arms, and he starts talking about the Virgin of Copacabana, and then his cousin Mary, and who is embracing her son, the product of her womb, right, her creation. And he was looking at me like, she's not singing anything, she doesn't know, but I was listening, and I was looking. I wanted to look at everything in the church. And all of a sudden he looks at me and he stops reading his book and he starts saying, I also want to do, like, literally exactly something that I wrote in one of my posts or journal the day before, and that I was thinking about that. He's like, yeah, we also need to do grounding, you know, for the people who are at wars, the countries who are at wars right now, like Ukraine and Russia, and the countries who are politically not in conflict, right? And this is exactly what happened to me in the morning at the border. Because why is this a special treatment for French people and different for American? Because, like they were saying at the agencies, like the Americans, it's so hard to get to America for people from South America. And they're like, oh, you don't want to let us in your country? Well, when you guys come to our country, we're not going to let you in either. Okay? Or you have to pay a lot of money. So this is why for Americans it's so difficult to go to Bolivia. Well, I would see, like, by the time they were doing my visa, there were like 20 French people who came by. They were like, stamp. I'm like, oh, but if I knew that, I would have taken my French passport. That would have saved me a lot of money and time. But anyways, actually we didn't waste a lot of time, because then we got a bus, local bus, to get back to Copacabana, which was local colors, you know, for Esteban to see.
Mommy,
Travel was funny. Yes,
Mommy,
baby.
that bar was so. Tell them about that bar.
The bar?
Yeah.
What bar?
The chocolate one.
Oh, the chocolate bar?
Yeah, tell them about
Was
it.
it delicious?
Yeah, tell them about it.
Oh yeah, well, we were at the border. Esteban went to buy a chocolate bar, and it was delicious.
Yeah.
He bought it for his rabbit who was stuck in the bus, but then he ate it in offering to rabbit. So that leads us to the next point where I want to go.
And Rabbit loved it, and Dragon.
Rabbit and Dragon loved it, yes.
And you.
And I loved it too. I tried it.
I touched the shooting.
But that was crazy, because that's the moment when the priest was saying that he started talking with his heart, and this is the moment where really I felt like feeling connected, that people were connecting together, and started really looking at all the details in the church. Okay, in a minute I'm going to show you all the pages that Esteban's been doing. We had a little tantrum yesterday, and I threw away the Nintendo. You see, the problem is I'm not against.
Throw it away.
Yeah, I smashed it on the wall, sorry, on the floor. The problem, I'm not against video games. It's fun, I play with him, Mario. The problem is, I've already got rid of an iPad, we got rid of a phone, we got rid of a Nintendo, yeah, because the problem is, if I say yes once, he wants to, for example, he wants to watch a cartoon on my phone. If I say yes once, then every day, all the time, Mommy, can I watch an episode on your phone? Mommy, can I watch an episode on your phone? And then it just degenerates like this in continuous tantrums. While if I say no, you can never have my phone, he forgets about it. And with the Nintendo, that was the same thing. I buy him a Nintendo. I'm like, okay, there's conditions. You can play one an hour or in the bus, but once we get to a tour, you need to come out. And at the beginning, he listens, and then it ends up that he's playing his Nintendo all the time. He doesn't want to get out of the bus. He doesn't want to get out of the hotel room. He doesn't want to go eat his food at the restaurant, because he's just constantly playing with his Nintendo. So of course it's good for me because I have it cool. He's playing, he's not bothering. But this is not what I want for him. I want him to be excited by going outside. And so if it's just tantrums after tantrums, and like I buy him food, he 2 minutes after the restaurant, he's hungry for something else. And it's really difficult, something that I'm teaching him right now, to stop, you know, wanting, like, never be satisfied, never be happy about anything. So even though I give him everything. So when it's like this and it gets to that point of tantrums of no return, I just throw away the stuff and I get rid of it. And it's cruel because it hurts him. But now look, he is doing amazing exercises. Can you show us what you're working on, Esteban?
So I already did the dots, and now I have to do the base.
Nice.
And then
Show us the page before. We got a beautiful giraffe with numbers. And then the page before, what did you do? Show the page with the captain. Where's the page with the captain?
wait, this is it. Well, I draw the anchor, the captain.
Okay, I will tell you the name of our captain in a little bit, but it's a little complicated. I don't remember it. I need to ask him. Yeah, it's a name I've never heard before, and I'm really bad at remembering names. Actually, I need to hear the names 3, 4, 5 times before I remember. But he's really nice. He was so lovely. He waited for us this morning to go on this plane. Okay, so now I want to talk a little bit about
One more thing, Mommy.
actually.
One more
I'll do
thing.
this from the island.
One more thing.
And so yeah, I was gonna talk about the offerings, but I will do this from the island where it's gonna be more quiet. But just to finish with yesterday's, so we just got on time to Bolivia just when Matthias was starting his alignment for the ether, and that was crazy because I was on the balcony and it was getting cold, so I was like, okay, it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon, we got just a few hours to do all our stuff, let's go while it's warm before the sun comes down. So we go out, and so we go to lunch and I get to start drinking a mojito, and right after that we go to the church. So at night I wake up and I watch the rest of the video, and it's crazy because I realized that at the moment when I was drinking, he starts talking about the ether and the alcohol, and then he starts talking Matthias, and then we're at the church and the priest is talking about setting the intentions and stuff like that, and Matthias was doing the exact same thing, and just before going to the church I meet a guy at the market, and he's explaining to me, the two cool places to go, because I'm telling him, hey, I want to go see the Virgin today, and he's like, oh, you need to go to another place called El Orca del Inca, La Orca del Inca. And he's like, oh, this is more spiritual, this is, more the Pachamama spirit and the church and stuff. I was like, yes, but I also want to see both the aspects, and this is really after, and this is exactly what happened. I didn't get time to go to the Orca del Inca, but Sampaya, yeah. We're gonna go, yeah, hold on, in a minute we're gonna look at the map. We're gonna go here and here, babe. I really feel like it was the union of the two worlds, what has been, because when they evangelized, it wasn't really a loving process. The reality is they took the gold from the temples to put it in their church. They actually put the churches over many temples and places because they knew there were energetic points that were sacred, and that they would put their church over that. So it was always something put over and over and over, and sometimes by violence and manipulation also, tricking. Shh, stop complaining, baby, when I'm talking. If you have something to say, I will let you speak. If it's just commenting or cutting me off every second, you need to listen. Okay? Sit right here, please.
But tell them what I'm eating.
You tell them. Huh? He said he wants you to know that he's eating pancakes and watermelon, and what else?
I know.
Banana and vitamins.
I'm not eating vitamins.
Okay, please go sit down because you're hurting me, babe. Go, come on, space. Alright, well, I guess we're doing but now, yes. So, and there was a lot of violence, and there was a lot of trauma, and it was always the sin, you know, the sinners. This is what I don't like about the church, because they were always like, forgive our sins, and yes, forgive, but we are humans. It's just being humans, you know. If you constantly think that you're living in sin, how can you? I mean, life is already difficult, you know. I mean, we all have these polarities. We're in a world of polarities. So sometimes you're super high and amazing and enthusiastic, and sometimes we're miserable. We're just so sad and doubting and imposter syndrome, and you know. So if you constantly have people reminding you you're living in a sin, you can't just pass that level and thrive. And so it's actually see the energies of the moment. So yeah, yesterday I really felt like it was the union, you know, of like I had the priest and Matthias saying the same thing, and you know, Esteban and I, we were in the middle, and he was talking about the Virgin holding our son, and I was like, wow, this is really, you know, there was the Virgin in front of us, and I was like, we're the Pachamama, you know, and the sun, you know, and it was like the reunion, the pacification. So it was beautiful. Nowadays the religions are starting to accept each other more and more, you know, and that even when you look at politics, listen to this, when you look at politics, you know, it used to be fighting for the borders. Well, still some countries do it, but what is happening for real all around the world, there is more and more unions, you know. All the countries of Europe, it became the European Union, and then all the countries of the world, it became the NATO, you know. And so it's no longer separation, fight for the territory, it's union. How do we get partnerships and alliances? And so even in our team building, in our works and stuff, it translates. How we used to have different fields, science, military, arts, spirituality, business. These used to be different fields, and this is why it was so difficult for me to choose when I was at the university, because I wanted to be an archaeologist, I wanted to be an astronaut, I wanted to be an interpreter, you know, and travel, do languages and explorer. And so I knew the most of everything. I wanted to travel, so I kept languages and communication, but I felt like I was closing doors to archaeology and astronomy, astrology, all this stuff, when nowadays everything is coming back together. All the universities, the Ontos universities, or mastermind.com, the Alpha Omega Foundation, all these new online, but also that's going to manifest physically, universities. Okay, I'm going to take your potty here in a second. Oh, there's no bathroom on the boat. Pee-pee? Okay, we're going to pee-pee in the water.
Why?
But there's no bathroom. So it's coming back together, you know, alliances. How do they work together to go further in space? Because now the spirituality, they realize that you can't just be spiritual. If you want to touch everybody in the world, you have to also be a scientist, because all the skeptical, the people who are skeptic, who still think Gaia TV is satanic, you know, they still are. Wow. What is not from the church is separate or whatever. They need to learn that all this is actually science. Magic is science. And on the other side, science or research, it's so beautiful. Yeah, I'm gonna turn off the camera for a second. Is also magic, because most of the
door.
Yeah, open it so you can see. The science, most of the geniuses, Nikola Tesla, Einstein, they were saying that it's the intuition, trusting your intuition. And also I wanted to talk about that, the intuition, how crazy it is to trust your perfect alignment all the time. Like, why did I leave that conference yesterday in the middle, tell myself, okay, it's time to get out, and Esteban decided to get an ice cream, and why he waited outside the church, and then I decided to go and get him and to see, and boom, perfect alignment, the service starts. I haven't been seeing a church for years, but I was like, wow, if there is one place in the world I have to follow the service, is here in Copacabana, right, in Bolivia, where they are super religious nowadays. So it's amazing to see the two contrasts, you know, just like when we were in Egypt and I was in the taxi and he was saying they're very religious. They're Muslims. Muslims are the most religious and super strict religions, yet they tell you about all the gods and yeah.
I shouldn't get a popsicle instead of ice cream.
That's okay, baby.
That's so funny.
They're the most religious, right? The Muslims, and yet they talk to you about all the gods. And I told them, so how do you combine, you know, your religion nowadays from what there was before? And it was funny because they tell you the same thing. He gave me the same answer in Egypt as our guide told you in a tour to Chincheros when they were showing us the church. They said, well, they were believing that the sun was a god. They were believing there were many gods until they realized who was the real one, that there was only one, right? And so this is how the churches, they took all the beliefs, or the Muslims or all the religions, they took all the beliefs like that to centralize into one, because they wanted to have the monopoly, one power. And now it's the opposite that's happening. It's reopening back to everybody else, because you realize that the only way that you can involve everybody is that if you respect all the beliefs and all the religions, but also all the elements, and realize that nature, the Pachamama and the elements are talking to you all the time, and that you're always connected, and that the fifth element, the center of it, is you. It's you. When you get in the pyramids, what activates the energy is the heartbeat. Okay, the heartbeat is the tempo, the music of life. Okay, all right, so we're gonna finish this in the temples. I just want to show you where we are. You, Esteban! Wow, I'm falling. Oh my goodness.
You didn't know there was a step there.
I didn't notice there was a step here.
No!
No, I'm not gonna let my fall. See, we're all set up here. Look at these cute little things. We are so set here. This is amazing. Oh, nature makes it, babe.
I know.
These are natural.
I know.
So beautiful.
One different one. That's what Daddy said.
Oh, nature makes it, babe.
I know.
These are natural.
I know.
So beautiful.
One different one. That's what Daddy said.
Come on, Angel. That was a big rock. Come on, baby, we're going to upstairs. Let's go. Come on, babe. I saw you. But come on, let's go. We'll throw rocks in a little bit. You want to make fire?
Yeah.
All right, well, let's try it, but I don't think you're allowed to. Come on, I'm gonna set you up so you can try to make fire. Hello everybody, this is Fanny. We made it to the temple of the Virgins, Isla de la Luna. We have Esteban here trying to make fire. Set him up with some rocks. Okay, so little story about the island. These islands in the middle of the Titicaca Lake, they started bringing the people here when there was a colonization, right? And they were escaping. And at first they thought they would move here for a couple of years, maybe until things settled down. But then they ended up just living here. And so this one is a little further away on the Bolivian side, and was reserved to women. So nobody was allowed to come here and except the emperor. All right, so we have the doors here. So it's super interesting.
Mommy!
You did it?
Just look at this.
What? What's up, babe?
Give me your arm. Give me your hand.
What? Yeah. Yeah, it's making colors. Don't cut yourself though. Okay, so you see, that's one thing that I love about Peru and all these cultures, is that you have doors. You have doors that are blocked. Just like when I was in Saqqara in Egypt, there were these 3 windows. So you can see how they were actually cosmic gates. And you have the chacana sign, shapes, which is this square ladder, right? Symbol, which is like a window within a door within a window. And so here we can clearly, hold on, I'm going to try to set up. Okay, so here we can clearly reconnect with those memories from Egypt when they were studying the time traveling, right? I've been talking in one of my videos before about this quantum hypnosis regression session by Alice Descou, I think, which was studying the quantum regression hypnosis with Dolores Cannon. And there was this passage when she remembers a life in Egypt when one of the priestesses who was studying with the masters was learning time traveling. And so, oh, hello, we got a visitor. And so she was traveling between timelines. Yes, baby, go get your shoes. What are you doing? And then she got seen by one of the masters, and this is when she got punished, right, for not being authorized to use those powers. So you can see in those temples here, in those gates in Peru as well, it's like you put yourself inside those gates and you travel, soul traveling. So I don't know if they were actually able, hold on please, I don't know if they were actually able to travel from their body, which when you read the Masters of the Life and Teachings of the Masters of the Five East, they actually say that the masters were able to turn their entire cells, right, and teleport. So we believe that that's what was happening with the Incas. But also, just by putting yourself in those doors, you're connecting, like in Interstellar. You know, Interstellar, when he's in between all those portals, it looks just like that actually, and you have all the strings of times. No, go get it, baby.
You get it.
No, Esteban.
I can't walk all
Of
the way
course
over there.
you can, baby. Yes, you go. Go get it.
I don't want to wipe off my whole sock.
And
Get it.
excuse me,
These.
Esteban, go over there, please. Not there because it's gonna resonate. Esteban.
What does resonate mean?
Resonate means that I'm trying to make a video. Here, come right here. Do it right here. On the floor is better.
What does resonate mean?
Resonate means that it's making lots of noises and then we can't hear what I'm saying.
What?
Look. Okay, so we have a fluorite,
I'm just trying to make fire.
which is super clear and super pure, so I wanted Esteban to have it. And it's the tallest also of the three. And I had this one also, tiger's eye. Alright, to symbolize the Lion Gates energy as we're coming to the Lion Gates. And you see they're all different. So this one is very opacity. There's a lot of opacity in it. And
You know what that sound is?
so this is for protection. I don't know. Go check it out. Go right here.
Look.
Oh, it's a drone. Wow. I was wondering what it was. Where does this come from? Crazy. The tiger's eye is for protection. It's also a super healing stone. So for example, when you have
Hold on,
something
let me show them it.
painful.
Let me show them it.
No, Esteban, leave the thing. We can't. You're not gonna be able to. You're not gonna be able to see it from the. It's too far. Okay, so when you have pain somewhere, you can use tiger eye, and it literally sucks the pain out of your body, and it registers the pain, and then you heal it. You cleanse it with the sun, and then you have the very see-through crystals, okay, that are very purifying. So for a child, it's perfect. It symbolizes the purity as well of the children. The heart with the green and the purple, the purity of the heart and the purity of the mind. I love it. And this one, of course, for the warmth and the creative power and the sacred feminine. Yeah, and it's see-through, but not completely. So you see, we have the 3 levels of transparency, and also the transparency when you see the children. The children, they don't manipulate. They're full of truth. They're transparent, you know. And then the strength of the. I'm not saying that this is for not being authentic, but this is the gold. This is the strength. This is the power. Okay. All right. So we're gonna go, Esteban. We're gonna go drop these beautiful offerings. So setting some intentions of a renewal and pure relationships, speaking the truth, healing the wounds and everything that has been done, unifying the religions and the ancient cultures, because it all comes together. In the end, we all want truth and love and purity of the heart and peace. Okay, so then there was some other things I wanted to talk about. Hold on, let me get my book for a quick. Yes, okay, so let's do it. Okay, so the crystals are also keys, okay? I talk about it all the time. They amplify the relationships, they amplify the telepathic abilities. See, I have my little notebook here, but I will
Mommy,
explain it to my next session when I will
Mommy,
be in Machu Picchu.
are you
See?
gonna give it away? Are you gonna
Yeah,
give it?
yeah, we're gonna go here. Get yours, the fluorite, and pick one of these doors.
No. Aha!
The Apu that you have here is actually the god of medicine. The god of medicine, and you see, it also makes me think of these heads in the island, how do you say in English? Pascual Islands. The big heads that are coming out, and when they're buried, there's actually the rest of the body that is buried under the ground. So this is what I'm gonna do with the stones. I'm gonna bury half of it, and I'm gonna let the point coming out. So they will be kind of the activation key for those gates. Okay, just like we activated the pyramids. Esteban, come here, baby, this way. Let's do it right here. And you see, in Egypt, I actually dropped off some of my angels. I had 3 angels, and I had a little pocket full of crystals. Look at that, we have a beautiful rainbow here. Yeah, in Egypt, I had a little pocket full of crystals with 3 angels, and I dropped them off in the Temple of Thoth. The Temple of Thoth, so they would always be connected and always be protected. Okay, I didn't just pick 3 crystals that I didn't want and I'm just gonna get rid of them. No, I took some of my most beautiful and I'm putting them here to kind of open the door and connect. Okay, so you want to put yours in this one? Okay, so you're gonna bury. Should we put it in the ground, or you want to put it in that little door right here? I think this is for the offering. This is for the offering. Go ahead, put yours here.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm gonna put mine here. Gonna put mine right here.
And I do the 2.
Here we go.
And I do the 2.
Come on. You're gonna be in the middle, Esteban. You're gonna be in the middle one. Come right here. Come on. Go put it over there. The offering. You see? So cute.
It could be for my fire.
You're gonna... What is your intention in putting your gem here?
For if people want to go hunting here, then if they want, they can find one, a crystal here.
Okay. So it's an offering for Pachamama, but also whoever finds it. Woo! I'm falling. All right, I'm gonna put the other one right here as well. This one is a little higher. You see, they all have some kind of... Here, I can put this one right here. Stunning. There. Okay. Good job, babe. High five.
You just step on poop.
What? It's rabbits. What is that? Rabbit? Llamas? Here it's funny, they have a chacana with a fire in the middle, and since we got here, Esteban is obsessed with making a fire. He just wants to make a fire. It's like, how do we make a fire? Look, okay, so now I wanna... By the way, yeah.
Mommy, can you help me make a fire?
Look at this beauty. Look at this beauty. Let's count. Let's count. Hey, hold on. Let's count. Help me count how many doors there are here. 1.
Hold on, let me see what's in there.
We're gonna start here. There is a door where... Okay, let's count how many doors we have here. We have 1,
Wow.
which is kind of an entrance. Let's count like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 doors. Wow. Plus the one on the side. The one on the very side, just like this one, 12 and 13. So you see sacred numbers. Even at that time, they were already Yeah, let's cross the gates of time. Where are we going? Where do you want to go? Break on through the other side. Break on through, break on through. Yeah, baby. I'm in the gate.
Look what I just did. I just broke a rock.
All right, everybody. So I talk more about these crystals. I have a whole mastermind. I wanted to invite you also to join. Of course, my Metatrons vibes and angel pack, where you can get some of these crystals, and I talk more about the connection with the telepathy and all of that. The chakana, okay, I was gonna wait till I'm at Machu Picchu to explain. The chakana I will re-explain, but as I'm here and there's these beautiful chakanas all over, I think I should. So you see you have 3 levels and even more. 1, 2, 3 in the top. See the chakana, you can see it's with 3 levels or 4 or 5 levels sometimes, but most commonly represent the 3 levels of life, all connected to a spirit animal. So the snake, which represents the underworld, let's say the astral world, right? That can be the underground world, the unseen, the astral travel, telepathic communication, all of that is also but the world of the death, also when you're underground, life after death, the life after life and stuff like that. Then the one in the middle represents the puma, the earthly world or dimension, and the top one, the world of the condor. That's why we're going to go to Kolka in a few days to go see the condor. Here, let me try to get, it's really hot now. If I can get some thing here, yeah. And the condor, which represent the spirit world and everything spirituality, mental connection, connection with the universe and all of that. I'll talk more about it in the Isla del Sol. Right. Okay, so now, as I am in the temples of the women, I also wanted to do a shout out about women and single mothers, because it's been the toughest time of my life right now to be a single mom and try to keep working. And you can see it's like I don't ever have a second. All your freedom that you had before you had a child, your life changes, becomes completely different. And sometimes I can lose my temper and I'm like, why do I lose my temper on simple things? It's because your space is completely, constantly taken. It's like you can't make a work for 10 minutes. You can't close your eyes and just listen to the silence. You always have the child that comes and comes. So it's a work of every day to try to combine all that. But there is also, and I'm going to talk about it in the Isla del Sol, the combination of the sacred feminine and the sacred masculine. There is a reason why you need 2 to make a life. Okay, it's because you need 2 to live in this world and to raise a child. So big shout out to the single women that are the single mom, right, who are trying to make a living and raise a child. And I wanted to say also to not just always feel guilty or unproductive, because there is nothing more important, you know, than raising the next generation and teaching them all that. So all this trip, you see, we're not having the same trip. You see right now he's trying to learn fire. I'm trying to connect with those doors, bring some of my energy, but even the work is doing subtly. I don't even have to do anything, just my energy connecting here. I'm connecting with those doors, and maybe tonight I will have dreams, and within the next few days it will keep on acting on me and the people watching this as well. Look at these beautiful doors, and energy is there. And I really think that they work also with the power of intention. If there's time travels, you learning, where do you want to go? How do you want to envision the future? Like Dean always says, how do you envision your life in a year from now? If you just let life flow, see where life is going, then you will see signs from everything. But if you intentionally try to put your trajectory, your direction, right, then you actually have a plan on where you're going. Okay, if you schedule it, it's a plan. So you see, I was just about to leave and all my gear on me, my bag and all of that, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go here, because when I looked at this one, you see there's the doors here, and when I looked at this one I was like, wow, this door is special, it's different. Maybe this is the door of the master of ceremony, right, the shaman. They would probably have the women here for ceremonies and a master of ceremony, right? And I was like, I'm gonna connect to that. And I went there, and what I heard in my head was, literally, you're carrying a lot on your shoulders, and literally I am, like, on your shoulders. Be gentle to yourself, and you are making a difference just being here, just reconnecting all these worlds together. Life is simple, it doesn't have to be complicated. Okay, we're here to enjoy it. Of course, the sacrifice, what is the sacrifice? It's not just bloody and death. The sacrifice is also what we sacrifice for our creations, for our work, for our passions. Okay, the passion of the Christ. It doesn't have to be a suffering. Can we recode passion for the things we love, the things we create? What are you doing, Esteban?
Finding treasure.
Did you find?
No. Fine.
So you're playing with earth and fire, my baby. And the air. See, we have everything here. I'm channeling this message from the ether, and he's playing with the ashes. What is the ashes? Is the earth that became fire and flies in the air. So he's got all the elements. See, naturally, I didn't tell him to come here. He came here in the middle, the fifth element. All the worlds, the level of life.
This is glue. I found this building stuff so far.
And the water, of course, all around us. The water is what tames the fire as well. Actually, we need to drink some water. We're dehydrated. The sun is super strong. And you can see here, look at these mountains. These white mountains from Bolivia. This is so beautiful and peaceful. I want to stay here. If you don't find me, guys, if I disappear, you know where to find me. Alright, so that's kind of personal, but so here are the three. Before I left, I went back to the doors and asked one intention for each of the crystals. So the first one, yeah, baby. Woo. For my crystal, my intention was, let this offering and this energy and this crystal bring love into my life and purity and a lot of pleasure and orgasms. The second one for Esteban was to please protect my baby, my creation, and let him grow all over the earth like a crystal, always healthy and pure. And the third one with the tiger eye was to protect my love and let him come to me like a lion. Alright, you see, it's simple, but it will amplify and manifest. I know the intentions I already sent in Egypt. You see, I already sent 3 wishes with my lamp when I was in Abu Simbel, repeating here in the sacred temple of Inyakuyu.
Hey, this looks like a race car.
So when you're grounded in the ground like this, in the ether, and if you want to connect to those wishes and to those doors, you can seed your own intentions as well. Look at this beautiful place.
Where's Mr. Doggy?
The doggy, come on, he's waiting for us over there in the boat. No? Come on, my angel.
Mommy,
Yeah, babe.
where's the Pringles?
I don't know.
No, ya no. No.
I'm filming a video.
Mira, aquí mete el autobús.
Okay, hi again, this time from Isla del Sol, Bolivia still. Okay, so I just wanted to show you a beautiful landscape. There's more people here, but I wanted to explain just a couple of more things. This medallion, okay, that I found. Yes, I'm gonna find your Pringles. This little medallion that I bought, and talk about, yeah, the medallion and the language and the stars. Medallion, the language and the stars. Okay, so I found this beautiful medallion that I wanted to wear today for the island. Mais tu arrêtes un peu, oh! Okay, hello again from the Isla del Sol, now still in Bolivia. There's a little bit more people here. We were just climbing to go see this fountain of eternity. So we went and both drank some water from there. So supposedly we're gonna be healthy forever.
What happened to me?
Huh?
What happened to me?
Esteban fell in the fountain, so he's actually sitting in the sun right now, drying his shoes and his feet. So good time for me to make a little edit. Okay, so Isla del Sol y la Luna. Why did I want to come today? So earlier I was talking about the power of the women, right? The creative power, and but I also want to talk about, of course, our sacred masculine, the moon and the sun and the moon, the union, right, of the planets, but also what they represent, how we connect with them. Okay, so I found this beautiful medallion the other day that I actually wanted to wear today and show you. Esteban, move aside a little bit because people can't walk right here. You're literally standing in the middle. Yeah. Okay, so this is a beautiful medallion to represent the sun and the moon that I found, and it has the chakra colors on it and with the Inca calendar. Okay, so that's not the first one I bought. The first one I bought a series of 3s. Okay, that was a gift for 3, Esteban and me, and another gift that I wanted to wear today to go to the islands of the moon. But then, as we were just the 2 of us, I was thinking that I was gonna wear this one and talk to you. It's a bigger medallion and it has the 7 chakras, so the 7. Put some water in it. Put some water in it from here, from the source, so you actually make beautiful music. Esteban, make it beautiful or just stop it, please. The 7, so the 7 for me, you see, they're backwards too. They're backwards to the chakra, so that made me laugh, and so I imagine them like a mirror. Okay, so how we reflect and mirror onto each other, and the 7 is also the number of the alliances, right? Bringing the heaven on earth, so the celestial council board, like team, right? And anchoring the spirituality and those knowledge on earth, those forces, those energies. And so this is what these medallions makes me think of. So this one is part of my angel pack. I'm putting it for sale as the special art piece in my angel pack, and it comes with 2 rings, so it's perfect, for example, for an engagement gift, representing the union of sacred feminine and sacred masculine. because yes, of course.
Fill it up, please.
We also need our sacred masculine, our guardians, and the men who have this motivation. This, women are more emotional, so we're more likely to dive into our emotions and be this overpowering over us, while the men, they're more into the action. So we need their strength, we need our men. So of course sometimes it's good to spread a shout out, because the women in our society, most women, they want to accomplish so much, but they have to take care of the children, and so then it goes all this cycle of like feeling like you're not enough, you're not accomplishing, because who are you as a person? You become a mother, but who are you as a person, as an individual? So this is a dilemma a little bit, because we still need to glorify those what raising our children means. But so yeah, that's why we are a team. Okay, so this is a beautiful union. So this is part of my angel pack. I wanted to wear it just today to fill it with those beautiful energies here in the island of sun and the moon. So it's a medallion of also alliances, joining the forces. It's got the Inca calendar. So when you go to Chincheros and when they have all these materials, these textiles, they always have symbols, and everything has a meaning. You see the arrows going towards the sun. They also arch triangles, so they're kind of like pyramids and arch as well. You can represent a lot of stuff, the hierarchy. You also have the little steps right here, which are part of the chakana. Can be interpreted as the value ladder as well, like there is a value ladder for everything we do in life, so of course each color represent. Here you have the turquoise from Cusco, the white stone from Machu Picchu. This is amazing. This is the most perfect medallion. I really love it. Yeah, with the chakras. So I guess it's like this because when you turn it, you look it like this. You're wearing it and you're turning it, you're looking like this. Okay. What's that? Right, if you stop screaming at me, I would be done. Okay, then another thing I want to talk about. So, talking about the sun and the moon, I was making on my Instagram. I lost my Instagram. So, there was a lot of information on it. And the language. So, here they speak Aymara. And on the other island they speak Quechua as well, but in the south most likely they speak Aymara. And what are you doing? No.
I want my jacket.
Here you go.
And my other purple one.
Go. So that was interesting because I was studying these languages, right? We have the Aymara, the Quechua, but what was the common language before, when I was showing the fire letters?
I am the purple one.
Okay, where was I? Okay, so I wanted to make a little special for languages. Here in the island of the sun, they speak Aymara, and in the other regions of Peru, they speak Quechua or Spanish. But I was making on my Instagram a post about the languages. Okay, how I first discovered the fire letters and that were supposed to be engraved in the gateways of the universe as well as in our DNA. So when you work with the fire letters, they resonate with you and they activate codes in your DNA, just the same way when you're stepping in those sacred sites, right? And then with Matias and the Yosoi event, we saw all the Atlantean letters and all their difference. They are based on sacred geometry. So all this there is a reason, because you could ask, oh, I thought these were the Atlanteans later. Oh, I thought these were the Atlanteans later. Because over the evolution, the memory we have of them has evolved as well, just like the history has evolved with the culture. Okay, so this was super interesting as well, because you can even create your own symbol, your own language. And nowadays we are creating our own language, your own ways of communication, even through the colors, through the art, So I love that they integrate all of this in very simple geometry as well, that you can just imagine, the Inca calendar. So I don't know exactly. Of course, you have the levels of the Chacana and the stars. So how did they, you represent some kind of stones as well, the architecture. So how were they building their islands, their architectures, their sites like Machu Picchu and stuff like that, from the stars, to be aligned with the stars. When you look at Egypt or Machu Picchu or all the stars, you see that they align on trajectory. Or even you can have poles making triangles, whatever, they are all making shapes of energy centers. So there is different ways to look at the stars. Matthias was talking about Sirius and how the Atlanteans were basing their calendars, and we all have our calendars. Now another interesting painting that I have was the nautical star, with the Polaris star, the North Pole star, which was the star that was guiding the sailors in the dark, right, at night. So you see, from the cosmos, I love to be in South America because everything is from the cosmos. So when you're here, you're automatically aligned with everything, you know. So it's super beautiful. So it's not a super intense class I want to do today. Whoops, I'm losing my stuff. A star. So you're talking about a star. I was talking about the fear, how we all have, you know, this fear within us, this villain, this voice that's telling you you're not enough, you know. And this is my little notebook from years ago. And then I had my star. I trust you, I have faith in you, because wherever I went, you know, I'm not a specialist in astrology, I'm not a specialist in history, but you can feel the things. Everywhere I went, I always felt like I had this special star, guiding star over my head that would take me out of any kind of situation, but also guiding me. And sometimes, even if you feel like you're not guiding, you don't have, things are not going your way, the way you expected, then you stay back, go with the stars and look at the bigger pictures, and it will always help you to see better. I know for me, this polarity, it's a lot of energy consumed in my life, because every day I have this doubt, every day I have these negative energies, and then I have to step back and see how beautiful the life is, how lucky we are, you know, and what do I want to focus on the every day, the beautiful landscapes, the thing we get to do, the memories you're going to bring with you when you get to the other side. So trust in your guiding star. Oh wow, crazy. 11. Okay, this one I'm going to keep it for Machu Picchu then, because this is exactly, oh no, this is when I'm going to be in New York. Yeah, here as well I was talking about my star and how 11 years ago when I came here, and same thing, I thought everything was going wrong because you know, I came to Peru and I thought I had the job, and when I got here they never heard of me, and I was like, what? I called the embassy and they had lost my file, so I had to find a new job, and it was just horrible because I was like, I'm here now, I don't have a job, what am I going to do? I don't have a visa. And in the end I found the best job, and then I found my husband, and everything turned out really great, you know. And this is really in Peru when I got here, when I left everything behind and I came here to start over, that everything opened up because I trusted. I had this call one day, oh, I want to come here, I want to live in Peru, and then everything aligned and opened up, and for the rest of my journey. So trust in your dreams, trust in your intuitions, and hopefully we wish you the best for everything. All right, baby, you ready? I love you. Woo, okay guys, what an adventure. Okay, we're leaving the Isla del Sol, we're gonna go to the other side. Wanted to share the journey with you. I'm not a tourist guide. Just wanted you to enjoy the beautiful sight and views, the sun and the moon. Why is it such a powerful symbol of love? Because the sun is the kingdom of the days and the moon is the queen of the night. So supposedly they can never be together and they can never see each other. But when you have an eclipse, is the time that proves that they can have this reunion, that it is possible. Okay, so this is actually in my oracle cards, the Mother Earth Mandala Oracle. This is what the card says. So in my oracle, you see, I like this one because the moon is looking at the sun and smiling. And when I drew my sun and moon in oracle, the moon is looking the other way, and the sun looks like he's crying, kind of upset, because it shows the impossible love, you know, the distance from the two different kingdoms can never be together. And so the message is not negative. The message is that despite all the challenges, despite all that looks like, the love is always still possible. The miracle can always happen. So that's a beautiful symbol of hope, of love, of reunion, of, you know, unconditional love as well. And because this specific medallion has the 7th chakra, and like I said, it has all the calendar, so all the astrological signs as well. It's a symbol of alliances, so it also represents the love in partnership, the love in alliances, okay, the friendships, not just the marriage. Of course, this is the Inca marriage. The Inca marriage was the calendar, right? But it's also the alliances, the worldwide alliances. So this is what it's about. Also today, and of course, from our intentions from earlier, to that we all find a love that makes us happy.
At the island, if the water
and love with the children, of course.
If the water is warm there, at the other side of the island, can I go swimming?
You can try. I think it's gonna be a little bit cold. Come on, you wanna come say bye-bye with me? It's the end of the video for today. Thank you all for watching, following our little adventures in Peru and Bolivia. Tomorrow we're going to Peru.
And you didn't tell them about the drink.
Your Inca Cola, you wanna show your Inca Cola? Have you ever seen the Inca Cola, guys? I'm pretty sure if you've never been to Peru, you've never heard of Inca Cola. But there is Inca Cola, yeah, because of course the Incas had Coca-Cola. Okay, this is ancient drink. No, actually there is an ancient drink. It's called chicha morada. Local drink.
I love chicha morada.
It's good. It's made of purple corn. There's this purple corn that they boil, and it makes this chicha morada. And then if you let it ferment, it's called chicha de jora, which is an alcohol made of chicha, which is really strong as well. The local alcohol in Peru is called pisco. It's really strong. And here in Bolivia, the things that you drink a lot is muña. It's called muña, mate de muña. It's a plant that's really good. It's good for the altitude as well. And coca, sí.
Es el templo del no está habilitado todavía.
Ah, no está abierto. A ver.
Está cerrado todavía.
Es el capitán.
Sí.
Capitán, dile hola.
Hola, ahí estamos en el templo del sol. El templo del sol está cerrado, no se puede visitar.
Ay, a ver. De aquí, está bien.
Está tapado todavía.
Ay, sí.
Sí.
Okay, I'm going outside.
Go outside, baby. Go see it. ¿Qué había adentro? ¿Solo ruinas o...?
Solo ruinas.
Leocario, no me acordaba del nombre, es la primera vez que escucho Leocario.
Leocario.
El capitán. Gracias, señor.
Muy bien, gracias por visitarnos a la Isla del Sol.
Alright guys, well, I don't know when I'm gonna have time to edit this video and publish it, but hopefully within the next couple of days. So I wanted to take advantage of this time that I'm at the Temple of the Sun right here to wish a beautiful, beautiful birthday to Matias. Happy birthday, feliz cumpleaños. I don't know how you say in Atlantean, but thank you for inspiring every day and making our life beautiful. I've been thinking of you since the trip in Egypt. Happy to follow the Yosoi path. Hope to see you soon. I wish you the best birthday. I know you're gonna have a lot of wishes, but well, this one special from Bolivia. There is something happening right now. There is something crazy happening. What in the world is this? We are in Copacabana, right by the Titicaca Lake. Sorry, I look horrible, but I'm gonna turn that. Okay. There are, I don't know, from a moment I felt like I had to look at the window. As soon as Esteban and we started looking at the window, there was this giant lightning that started coming on the lake, all over the lake.
And police are coming.
And all these boats right here, man, I wish you could see what we're seeing. There's a bunch of boats right here on the water.
Yeah.
All these boats started lighting up one after the other. Like, that is crazy. What is that light over there? You see there is a light right here.
And I just saw
what I want to know is what were these lights on the boat? See? Look, 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 look. It's happening. Look, 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 look. Can you see? Can we see or not?
You see that spark?
Do you see all the lights on the boats?
Yes! How?
What in the world is this? This is crazy.
I never seen this before, but I wonder what this is. Well, I did see it before.
Oh, look at this. Look at this. Oh my God, I'm going outside. I'm going outside. Like...
Wait, no. Love it.
Look at that. Look at that.
Whoa.
Look at that. Do you see it?
Whoa. Wow.
Look at all these lights on the boats.
Those waves are
Oh my
big.
goodness.
Those waves
Look
are
at this.
big.
Look at this.
Wow. I'm cold.
All these boats are lighting up. I have no idea what's going on right now. It's super windy. There is... Look at that.
And I just saw police cars coming. They're finding out what this
Look.
is. If it is a fire... Well, let's go inside.
Go inside, baby. Go inside. Okay, so I can swear to you that these boats are all turned off. There is no lights coming out of these boats. But there are those sparkle, there are those little lights. Oh my goodness, there's these little lights floating all around these boats. All over the lake, there's those little lights floating. Alright, I'm trying to put this on night mode so you can see better. I'm freezing. There is a wind that is freezing outside, but this is just so crazy. See those lights? They look. You see those lights on those boats? All these boats are turned off. There's nobody on those boats. They're just little lights floating all around those boats.
by God.